Carroll, bringing it forward. Thompson's making the run. Carroll hangs on to it though. Still Davy Carroll. Could go all the way here. Oh, what a goal!
Hello, I'm Phil Catchpole and welcome to the latest Ringing the Blues, the podcast dedicated to the mighty Wycombe Wanderers. On this week's show, we have all the action and reaction from the Chairboys game against Gillingham at Adams Park. We hear from Gaz, Garath McCleary and Stocko. I have a chat with a Wycombe fan who on the back of Drumgate wants to reunite the terrace. Plus, Darius Charles was back at Adams Park on Saturday, so I thought it'd be rude not to have a chat with the Mango Man. But first, Uri has the results and is back in Mexico City.
We are ringing the blues from Mexico City. My name is Uri, and here are the results. Only 4 results because of international FIFA dates for League One. Ipswich Town 2, Shrewsbury Town 1, Plymouth Argyle 2, Burton Albion 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Bolton Wanderers 0, Wycombe Wanderers 2, Gillingham 0. So that makes us climb to the second position in the League One table. Just 2 goals behind in goal difference behind, Plymouth Argyle. So good prospects for the Wycombe Wanderers. And as for Chairboys Spanish, I've been told that the musical instruments have been forbidden for the foreseeable future at Adams Park. And well, I understand the rules, but music in the stadium is essential. Let's think, for example, of Manolo el del Bombo, Manolo the one with the drum, a character that follows the Spanish national team wherever they play. I discovered Manolo el del Bombo in World Cup 1982. There was this man dressed in red with a hat and banging the drum and cheering the crowds all over the place. He became a character. And in Mexico, for example, we have the crowd of the national university team, the Pumas. They play at the Olympic Stadium. It's a beautiful stadium with beautiful sound and acoustics. And they rehearse the songs. They transform iconic popular classics from every rhythm into songs to cheer the team. They mark the pace of the game. If the game needs more speed, they speed up. If the game needs to be more energetic, they play the drums, they play the horns, they are cheerful, they learn the songs, they teach the songs to the other crowd attendants, and it's a great atmosphere. So music and football, they go well together. So, as for Chairboy Spanish this week, okay, Chairboy Spanish, sing your heart out for the lads. Cantemos nuestros corazones para los chicos. Heart, it's corazón. Lads, chicos, muchachos. Sing, cantar. Sing your hearts. Cantemos nuestros corazones. Out for the lads. Para los muchachos. Sing your hearts out for the lads. Cantemos nuestros corazones fuerte para los muchachos. Chairboy Spanish this week. I'm back to England with my amigo Phil Catchpole. Until next week.
Wycombe were looking to jump into the top 2 of League One and also set a Football League era record of 7 consecutive league home wins. Gillingham were the opponents, and here's what happened.
Ball flicked on by Vokes, finds McCleary. McCleary, edge of the box, he's still on goal, McCleary, and scores! Garath McCleary with his 5th of the season. Some wonderful skill to get into the box. He looked at the keeper and thought, I don't care what you're going to do, I'm going to smash it in the top corner. Wycombe 1, Gillingham 0. Zabita just cushions it to McCleary. Left wing McCleary runs towards the penalty area. Little step over, squares it to Curtis Thompson. Will he go for goal? He does. Drags wide and now Hanlon has scored! against his former club. The offside flag saves down. Curtis Thompson's shot was deflected. It fell kindly to Brandon Hanlon, who made no mistake from inside the 6-yard area. Wycombe Wanderers 2, Gillingham 0.
Wycombe are challenging outside the area, and again it's the two strikers trying to cause the problems. Wycombe are trying to deal with it, and that is a free kick. In fact, it's a penalty. It's a challenge which must have been inside the box on Dempsey from Josh Scowen. So here's Oliver versus Stockdale, taking plenty of time over this one. Oliver will sky it over the bar. That is a terrible penalty, and a penalty that reeks of someone who's had so long to think about it that he's overthought it and just smashed it into those delighted supporters in the White's Beaconsfield Terrace. Awful penalty, and it remains 2-0.
Garath, Football League era record for Wycombe Wanderers, 7 consecutive home wins. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, considering some of it was in the Championship as well, it's an amazing achievement, you know, and I'm really, really proud of it. But, you know, more to it, the performance for me was another growth for us. It's a real professional performance, you know, it wasn't... You know, the last week was a fantastic game, fantastic occasion, but I was disappointed with the 3 goals. You know, today we saw it out really well. We needed to get some messages into the boys at half time. I got them in there, and I thought that the boys were absolutely brilliant today. And not just the boys who played, the boys on the bench. I said before the game, those boys are gutted not to be playing, but they're happy that you lot are playing, and they're confident that we'll win this game. And our strength comes from that baseline, what we have, you know, Gabe and Grimmer and, you know, Wheeler and Akinfenwa, Mehmeti. What a bench, you know, to get on. And Connor Parsons makes a great moment for him on his first squad inclusion. So we have a real good depth here, and that's what excites me, because everyone knows their jobs, everyone knows what to do on the pitch, and being able to change it like I did was just awesome to see the game out. You know, a great moment where the fans are booing Jordan because he's being professional and seeing the game out. I know they want more goals, but come on, we're big picture here. But no, brilliant for the boys and all the staff, and they deserve all the plaudits they get today. They were brilliant.
And a fantastic start as well. And Garath McCleary, I checked, he's 34, but he's rolling the clock back, isn't he?
I was doing the same at 34, don't worry about that. So he's got that to live up to. No, he came across to me and said, Gaffer, I'm getting stronger. The 90 minutes in his belt was, you know, he's better than League One. Yeah, we know that. He's a Premier League and international player. You know, I think he's played against Lionel Messi once in an international. So you don't get that without being a top player. And he went through a tough time at Reading where he was almost ostracised, you know, from that, and that hurt him. So now to see him smiling, to see him with the energy and the running, I mean, he was brilliant today, you know. But I don't individualise this. It's a team effort, and he'll be the first to say he's got a great base to work from. You know, Brandon and as well coming in. I thought was really getting to grips with how we play and what we do, and obviously a great poacher's goal from him as well. So yeah, brilliant from all the boys, and I say Gareth definitely rolling back the years on his fitness here.
What have you said to Curtis Thompson recently? Got a goal last week, and he had a couple of shots today, and in fact one of his shots led to the second goal. Yeah,
well, he almost did a beanie, didn't he? And not, you know, he doesn't score for so many, and then you get 2 together. But we may have to wait another 70 games for his goal. But he's been outstanding all season, and I think when we went to the Championship, he was one of the surprises that people thought, you know what, this boy can play at this level, and he's key to what we do. But again, he played midweek against MK Dons, came on and had a shift, and he's been one of our consistent performers. So I thought he was just getting a bit leggy towards the end, and David Wheeler coming on with my Swiss Army knife there. He could play anywhere, Wheels, and so putting him in with a bit of height and a bit of physicality, I thought was the right thing to see the game out. And again, like I say, the strength and depth of this place is amazing. I asked them for 12 points, honestly. I asked them for Akinfenwa was just winning a race there, so that's all the noise in the background. I asked them for 12 points before the Shrewsbury game from 4 games. They've got 9. I'd love them to be able to complete the 12, but Doncaster's going to be a tough game next weekend. They beat MK Dons. You cannot take any team lightly in this league at all, and I think that we've got to make sure that we're at these levels that we've shown today, which for me is a poignant moment in the season, a real performance marker of what we can do when we're at it, when the plan's right and the boys give the effort that they gave today. Fantastic, and it's brilliant to be sat where we are on the table right now.
I was just about to say, moved into the top 2. I thought you were going to play it down, but psychologically it must be very important, not just to you, but for the players as well.
Listen, I've been playing this club down for 8 years, and finally I've got to say that we've got a squad that are capable of achieving. We're not going to be the underdogs, but we can never ever lose what we had as underdogs, and I think that's the key messages. Really proud of the boys, like I say today, and long way to go, but the table has got nice reading tonight.
Garath, we'll talk about the team first and foremost. Back into top 2 after that win today. The home form has been magnificent.
Yeah, it's been really good, to be fair. Credit to everyone. We've been battling through. Tough game today. They're a good team, good at what they do. Obviously play the ball long and then work off the seconds, but I think we dealt with it well today.
Your performances of late, I had to Wikipedia your age just to double check. You're in your 30s. You're looking like you're rolling the clock back out there.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good. As I said, I'm looking for the percentages. Working hard in the gym. Gaffer's been brilliant with me as well. So yeah, long may it continue.
A goal every 2 games as well, and I think you're playing just off the striker. That's a pretty good return.
Playing in the 10. It's a new system for me. Well, played it last year. Enjoying it, and just need to keep gambling off the flicks of Folksy.
And 90 minutes under your belt as well today. You look like you're getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah. Good to get another 90 minutes. I haven't. I think I've done a few recently. But yeah, as long as I can play as many minutes as I can, obviously getting to the age that I am. Long may it continue. Hopefully I can get to Bayer's age and keep playing, but obviously we'll see what happens.
And Jordan the Beater on that left-hand side as well, regular starter now for Wycombe Wanderers. You've got that relationship from your time at Reading. Has that transferred to your time here at Adams Park?
Yeah, 100%. He's from Oxford as well. Used to go to the same school. I've known him for many years, and obviously we played at Reading together, and we've got a bit of an understanding. So recently he's been really good. He obviously had a bad injury a few years ago, but he's going from strength to strength, and he's playing many games now. So hopefully that can continue for him as well.
Psychologically, how important is it for the dressing room to get Wycombe above that dotted line into the top 2 places? 11 games played, the table doesn't lie now.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say to you we don't look at the league. But we just take it every game, each game as it comes, and we'll keep trying to pick up points and then see where we are at the end of the season.
And we're talking in an international break. You've got many international caps for Jamaica. Is that door closed, or are you still thinking this form can get you back on the international stage?
Door's not closed, but I don't know if they watch League One games, so I'm not really too sure. But the door's not closed. I'm always willing to represent my country. But we'll see what happens. And
Wycombe now some 3, I think, consecutive away games now in the league. Is the old adage, win your home games, get what you can on the road? Is that the real belief now for Wycombe?
I think our belief, my belief especially, is to win every game that we play. We're doing really well at home. We're not doing too bad away from home, but as I said, we're just going to win every single game that we play. So the next one will be Doncaster away, I think it is. So hopefully we can pick up 3 points there. And you're part of a Wycombe squad that set a Football League era record here, 7 consecutive home wins. Never been done before, so an achievement to put in your career. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I didn't know that. Hopefully we can make it 8 next game at home. Stocko, I've just interviewed Garath McCleary. I've talked about the goal score and a clean sheet today at Adams Park. You must be pleased. I am, yeah. We spoke with the gaffer and I felt like we could have had more. Accrington, Stanley, what was the other one late on? Charlton. I just felt we could have had more, so to sneak away with one there today, hopefully we can carry that on. You faced a penalty today. There was an injury to Josh Goins, so it was 5 minutes I counted on my watch between the penalty being given and Verdane Oliver taking it. We talked on the commentary about how tough that is for a striker. What do you do as a goalkeeper in that time? Me and Anthony were just chatting away about his daughter's birthday, actually. I said, do you think I can save it for her? And as you know, I'm not the most normal person when it comes to situations like that, but I was calm. Look, you're in a situation where he's got all the pressure on. It'd be nice to save it, but it doesn't really matter to me as long as it's a 0 at the end of the game.
Wycombe's home form has been magnificent. You're part of a squad that set a Football League era record here, 7 consecutive home wins. You must be proud about that.
Yeah, definitely. I weren't aware. All our focus was keeping this season's run going. Is that 5 in a row now or 4? 5.
5 this
Five
season.
this season. Yeah, that was more of our thing. Win our home games and hopefully pick points up away from home, and that's what we're going to carry on doing. We don't get carried away with records or anything, but now we know it's nice to add one to our club.
And hopefully add a few more games to that tally as well. You've mentioned away games, trips to Yorkshire now. Must be very happy for you to go back home. Yeah,
God's country is always a nice place to visit. So I'll get the welcoming party out and hopefully we can have a good time up there.
Maybe a squad bonding exercise. You could take them around the sites of Yorkshire. A David Stockdale tour?
I don't think it'll be a tour that a lot of them would want to do. There's plenty of Yorkshire Dales fields they can see and things like that. But I'm comfortable in trying to find things that can suit everybody. I'm sure I could find them.
You're one of the players closest to the terrace. Lots been said this week about no musical instruments, no drumming. What's your viewpoint on it? Do you notice these things? Well,
I'm just going to have a word with Rob because I noticed a few harmonicas in there. So it might be one of them things that Rob's going to have to look at. No, you didn't really notice as such. Obviously, you do notice when there's a drummer, but because of the performance we put on, it made them up their game in the terrace. So it's always nice to hear them. And if we keep going, they'll keep coming.
The Gillingham fans were not a happy bunch in the away end. Here's a selection of away fan comments in the opposition view.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Taylor, 478.
We got away with murder today. Wycombe were missing several players through international duty and injury. Just imagine what would have happened had they all been available. Wycombe only wanted to play the game as they knew they could beat us anyway. Had it been anyone else, they might have thought twice.
Surrey Gills.
Just got back from the match. Gillingham were awful. Defence was asleep for the first 2 goals and we had 0 to offer in attack. Our only strategy, yet again, is the long ball hoof to Verdane and Akinde, who won very little in the air, making it an incredibly frustrating and largely pointless afternoon.
Honest Sid.
I kind of look at it this way. Wycombe are a decent team at home. Don't forget how they overcame a 2-goal deficit at half-time last week to come back and win 4-3. Money has been put into that team. I also think the quality of the teams in League One is the best for years, which makes it a vicious league to survive in. I think we'll be lucky to stay up.
OS.
Absolutely shambolic performance. Second half was utterly awful. We looked happy to just wait for the whistle and take the 2-0. We're only heading one way currently, and that is Dan.
Lockdown life.
We looked suspect defensively and gifted them 2 goals. But after that first 10 minutes, we were no worse than them, arguably better. Unfortunately, they got the reward for exaggerating the injury to delay the penalty. Their player was absolutely fine immediately after leaving the pitch.
Eye blue.
The 4 or so minutes delay in taking the penalty was so important. Our captain should have spoken to Oliver, who looked a little rattled by the delay and promptly hammered the ball 2 metres over the bar. Shocking miss. At the very least, he should have been on target from 12 yards. Whether it would have made any difference if scored is debatable, but it would have helped momentum for the second half.
Blanks, Gordo Road.
Wycombe clearly have a good squad and will no doubt be in the mix at the top come next May. bad day at the office for us. Not a very big Wycombe crowd though. I think it was 4992, of whom 430 were Gills. Their team's doing well, no other games nearby, decent weather. I know their ground is a drag to get to, but that's a bit poor.
Mark in Kent.
We used to pack that away stand at Wycombe, and now it looks empty. Something is wrong at Gillingham, and ignoring it won't help. A new owner could help us follow the likes of Wycombe. I fear staying with Scally will make us more like following Southend. Only time will tell.
Man on the Clapham omnibus.
Pretty clear statement from the travelling Gills fans. Not sure how we will ever move on as a club when the chairman runs it for the benefit of his and his family's pockets. Priestfield is a shambles these days. The fans are an afterthought and the team is woefully short of quality.
Shot shy.
Our fans didn't support the team today. They were an embarrassment. What a contrast to Wycombe fans when they got relegated last season. Their attitude was, we go again. Some of our so-called fans would have been screaming for everyone's head.
The hurt doesn't show, but the pain still grows. It's no stranger to you and me.
Right, we've all heard about Drumgate on the terrace at Adams Park. It's split the fans. Some are pro-drum, some are anti-drum. It's like Brexit all over again, but with our beloved Wycombe Wanderers. Now, before I was in the commentary box, I used to love being on the terrace. The left side, the right side, packed nights, Tuesday nights, Saturday afternoons on the terrace. Great fun, great laughter, great chants. Now, I'm hearing it's not like that anymore, but Saturday seems to be pretty good, but although I can't really hear it from where I'm sat. So on the line now is Wycombe fan Kyle. Kyle, you're a terrace dweller. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, Phil. Not too bad.
Good stuff. Well, the reason we're talking to you is because on Twitter, you put up a tweet saying, I want to bring Wycombe fans together. Let's all sit down and work out some new songs and some new ways and reunite the terrace. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, well, that's the ultimate aim. I want to make the terrace. I want to get the valley in like a big blue wall of noise. Really, I don't want left side, right side, middle. I want one terrace, all as one. That's just one big happy family, just building the community. Everyone on the same wavelength with songs and I want to make that end when we attack it. I want to make it formidable.
Well, there's two schools of thoughts here, isn't there? Because there's some fans that turn up and they think that they play a part in lifting the team, and there's other fans who come along thinking, I've had a long week at work, I want the team to lift me up. And there's no right or wrong answer to this. That's just how different people come to the game. So where do you sit on that one?
I can definitely see where you're coming from. I see both sides of the argument with that, really. But what I want people to do is I want people to come along to the terrace, and I want them to feel like they belong in the terrace. I want them to feel like they're there and that they want to make noise and they want to get behind the team. We're all there, and it's the same ppurpose. We want the team to win. But if you can feel a part of something, feel part of the community, have a say in the songs that we come up with, what we do. I want to see flags everywhere, scarves, banners. I just want to turn it into one, just a big wall of noise, Phil. That's what I really want.
The Wycombe Wall sounds good to me. So
yeah, it does.
So what are you proposing here then? A sit down of terrace heads, or just people to come along and pitch in ideas?
Well, I like the idea of having a meet up before a game, whether that's on the day itself. We can meet up somewhere, have a few beers, and everyone can get together collectively. If people can get hold of me on Twitter, they want to DM me, then that's also great. We can come up with some ideas, maybe get a WhatsApp group going and, take it from there. There's no real right or wrong way of doing this. I want to get the ball rolling and get as many people behind it as possible.
Now, let's talk about football chants then. There's been some great ones down the years. Any favourites for you connected to Wycombe Wanderers?
Oh, well, the Wycombe chants. I mean, over the last few years, they've been. There's some good ones, but I think recently I kind of thought that maybe we just needed to refresh them. We need. If I was looking at favourites, I'd really struggle to pick one out. In all honesty, it's the one that I've heard time and time again that I'd like to get going is the Old Bucks Boys. That seems to be the continuing one again and again that people want to hear back on the terrace.
Retro, I like it. Now, back in the O'Neill glory days, we used to sing during the warm-up. Every player had a chant and we'd go through the side from goalkeeper through to forwards and sing their chant, and the player would turn around and clap the fans. Does that still happen on the terrace?
I think the last time I can really remember that happening was in the sort of Gorman, Lambert era. Everyone had a chant and everyone used to go back and applaud the fans. That's the last time I can really remember it happening. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see that again. That would be great to get that going again.
Yeah, I'd love to see that as well. I do miss the terrace. That's one. Someone asked me in the week what I miss about commentating on football, and it is the terrace, the laughs, having a few beers before the game, the humour, not just the chants as well. Some of the things that people would shout out, would be worthy of Saturday night at the Palladium. There used to be some real characters on the terrace.
Yeah, but that's what. But you want. That's what I want to bring back. But I want it to be everyone should be behind the same cause. Everyone wants to make the terrace the place to be, and I want it to feel like everyone's there and everyone's can meet up before a game and say, oh look, I've come up with a new song, and we go, all right, well let's give it a go, see if it takes off, go from there. I just I want it left side, right side, everywhere. Everyone should be on the same page. Everyone wants to get behind the team and sing the songs, and it's going to be a slow process, I think, but ultimately I think in the long run I think it could be something awesome for the club.
Well, it sounded good to me, Carl. Where can people find you online?
So you can find me on Twitter. My handle is @flagraised. You can find me on there, or alternatively, you can just drop me an email, which is kyle.drummond@hotmail.com.
Wow, even your name has drumming. Unbelievable.
Yeah, there we go. It's Drumgate all over again.
Well, Carl, I think this is a fabulous initiative. I think anything that brings fans together away from the football to talk about what goes on a Saturday afternoon is a good thing. And I think a football club is a unique place in society where we can all come together under a common cause. So we wish you very, very well, and hopefully see you in Adams Park in the beer tent or in the Veer, and I'll buy you a pint.
Lovely stuff, Phil. Thanks very much.
Yeah, the other day I was eating a mango, and it got me thinking, mango, where did the mango?
Darius Charles was back at Adams Park on Saturday and understandably received a very warm welcome. I took the chance to catch up with everybody's favourite vegan to find out about his life after Wycombe.
Darius, welcome back to Adams Park. I mean, it feels like you've never been away. You're almost part of the furniture here at Adams Park. You're at Wimbledon now, but you've come back to an international break and seen the boys win.
Yeah, I mean, this place is home for me, and I've literally, ventured out, and I found my key and thought I'd come back today because we don't have a game at AFC. So it was nice to come back, see the boys. Great to see them winning, because ultimately, I have a real affinity for the club, and I just want them to do well.
How's life? How is life at AFC Wimbledon?
Oh man, it's incredible. We have such an incredible, setup there. The manager, Mark Robinson, is someone who, I admire highly, and is the reason why I'm still in football, to be honest with you. After the conversations we had in the summer and conversations we'd had many years before when I was at Wimbledon. So it's brilliant, because we're the club is embarking on a new adventure that is, down to Mark Robinson, and it's just lovely to be a part of things at ground zero.
And what's your role there? I've not seen much playing time, but you're around the squad the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, we like to coin the phrase, cultural architect. So, creating the type of environment in which, which breeds success relative to the club you're at. When we've already done that in terms of going further in the Carabao Cup than the club's ever been. We'd like to then finish higher than the club's ever finished in League One. So, it's just putting down the stepping stones or the runs on a ladder to build something that is sustainable first and successful in the future.
So is this the start of the next phase of your career?
It depends what day you catch me on. I'm going to be honest with you, because, you know, my last 6 months here at Wycombe, I was kind of, you know, resigned to retiring because I wasn't in the best of shape, and the league we were in was another level beyond what I could physically manage. So I did feel like it was probably my time to call it a day, which then meant I definitely didn't, you know, take care of my body as well as, you know, I could have been. But coming back to Wimbledon now and being around a young group of, you know, hungry players who are just embarking on the beginning of their career, like, they excite me to get back in and be a part of it, and, you know, and somewhat show what I'm capable of doing, because a lot of them, you know, well, I've never played against, wouldn't know who I am, you know, apart from maybe hearing my story. So to be honest with you, I'm definitely working, you know, tirelessly on transitioning to a different part of the game, but I wouldn't say my playing days are done yet.
Well, you've seen Wycombe win here today. You've seen a lot of League One, obviously, with your time at AFC Wimbledon as well. Is this Wycombe team capable of getting them automatically, do you think?
I mean, listen, you know, I said this to Rob in our last face-to-face conversation, that the squad that is here now is better, in my opinion, than the one that got promoted, you know, and what, you know, Garath and Dobbo have created in their tenure here so far, and Rob and Pete have come and, you know, almost springboard is a successful environment, you know, and one that can really, really go on and do great things. Like I said, you've got a lot of young talent here who are going to learn a lot from the boys that are playing in front of them. So, you know, you look at this squad and the boys in the development, the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years is going to be really exciting to see what's going on with this club, you know.
Wimbledon, I noticed you went up to Sunderland the other week. Were they pleased to see you up there?
I had a different hairstyle, so they didn't recognise me. But yeah, no, I always get a trip up there. But, you know, it's all you know, it's all part of the fun and why we love football, right? But, you know, in my opinion, it's still 1-0 Darius, so it's all right.
I noticed when Wycombe win here, they play our house. You know, your legacy continues.
Well, listen, like I said, wherever I go, I just always want to add value, you know, and it's nice that a part of, well, what I was a part of creating, because I was only a part of it, you know. This is something that, you know, Garath and Andrew and Dobbo and Rob, as I said, like, have really, like, masterminded, you know. So I'm just grateful that my name is etched in part of that history. So, you know, it's great. You leave the shirt in a better place, right? And I'd like to think that I left the shirt in a better place than, you know, before I was here.
So there's 2 games to come against Wycombe Wanderers and AFC Wimbledon this season. How are you going to approach those games?
Oh, like any other game, I'm a consummate professional, you know. And like I said before, you know, look, either way, I want the team I'm playing for to win. So, you know, and in an ideal world, the game in itself will be really relevant because both teams will get promoted anyway at the end of the season. So, you know, but listen, it's always great to come here. It's always, you know, great to pit yourself against arguably the best teams in the league. So it'll be fun regardless.
Well, Darius, it's great to see you, and you're always welcome here at Adams Park.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. My pleasure.
Right, that's your lot for this week. Many thanks to Garath McCleary, Stocko, Kyle and Darius Charles. We'll be back soon. In the meantime, come on you Blues.